The Baltimore Ravens are on the clock again in the 6th round. They've got 2 picks back to back, essentially, 1 pick separating them. So once I react to this, it'll be pretty quick. I will react to the next pick. So it'll be 2 videos. Check out the next one to see what it is. But right now, I think there's one spot we are yet to address. With one of these next 2 picks, I think we have to do it. I think that's the interior defensive line. Now, with the other pick, I think we can go best available player. I think there's good wide receivers still. I know we just took LeJounte. I was saying Webster. It's Wester. I do apologize for that. We did take him, a little bit of a smaller slot receiver, maybe get a bigger slot receiver like a guy like Nick Nash. I like Rashard Smith. In terms of the defensive line, though, I think Peebles is good. I think the guy to UCLA, I think it's Tai or Jai out of UCLA is really good as a 1 tech. Jared Ivey is really solid. So, at least one of them, I think, needs to be an interior defensive lineman. But if we get another, edge rusher, I'm totally fine with that. If we get another safety just to help with special teams like an RJ Mickens, who's been on the board for, a lot longer than, even I would have probably expected, there's a lot of things that can possibly happen. But I'm very excited to see where the Ravens do end up going. I think this is a really intriguing spot for them. Antoine Powell-Ryland just went to the Philadelphia Eagles, so we'll see who the Ravens end up taking. Obviously, that's a really good edge rusher off the board. But Jared Ivey now, I think right now is probably my best player available, at a really big size, really strong physical edge setter, kind of similar to Tavius Robinson coming out in just terms of like big physical Ole Miss edge setter that, isn't maybe as highly touted as, people might expect when you see how good he was on the field. But again, just waiting to see if the Ravens pick eventually is in. They're still on the clock right now, about 4 minutes in or 4:15 in. The ESPN is obviously in a commercial because they'll never show the Ravens actually making the selection, especially live. It just never happens. They love to not give us our flowers in that sense. Disrespect Lamar, not show the Ravens draft picks, even though they are typically pretty good. But let me know in the comment section down below your guys' thoughts on all the Ravens picks so far, who you want them to take here. The pick is officially in for the Ravens. So, we'll see if they announce it when they come back from commercial or if they'll just announce it. I have the ESPN app. So, if they don't show it on the screen, I'll react to it right away and then watch the ESPN broadcast, later and then react to the next pick. But the Ravens do go with Peebles out of Virginia Tech, the exact guy that I felt like the Ravens should go. 6'1", 282 pounds. I said they needed to go interior defensive lineman with one of these 2 picks. He's not a 1 tech. He's not the 1 tech that, I think a lot of Ravens fans are looking for to replace a Michael Pierce. However, he's somebody that can, stop the run, potentially get after the quarterback. I do want to see what his stats were last year. I do remember watching him. I do remember liking him. Aeneas Peebles. Let's see. PFF. Just want to check that out. So he had 3 sacks last year. He had an 89.1 grade, a 91.2 pass rush grade, which is very good for a defensive tackle. Mostly over the B gap, a little bit over the A gap. So, 4-3 defensive tackle is exactly what I'd expect. But, kind of the perfect backup for Beaks and Travis Jones, having another guy that can kind of get after the passer, that can be physical, that can get a little bit of sacks, and does have a little bit of size and strength. I do really like this pick. Let me know what you guys think about it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more. Next pick's going to be in like 5 minutes. So I'm going to try and get this posted. If not, they'll both be posted around the same time. Thanks so much. See you again with the next pick.